Hello fellow indie game fans. We had another amazing week of indie game releases last week, and I've gone and picked out 10 that I wanted to showcase for you guys. As always, I found a variety of different genres for you. In this episode in particular, instead of these being games that are going to come out in the coming week, these are games that did come out last week because I was sick last weekend, so I couldn't make my normal video. But it'll be interesting to see if you guys prefer this style, where these games are all available right now in the description. Coming up first, we have Little Chef Cozy Cooking. This is a physics-based cooking game that came out this week, where you are trying to make lots of different combinations of various things and flinging things around the kitchen, putting them into the pot, turning them into weird shit like Frankenstein's toast is one that's on the Steam page. A lot of interesting combinations, it seems. So if this sort of game is interesting to you, you should go check it out. Our next game is Find Matt's Cats. This is a hidden object game with 84 levels where you are attempting to find Matt's cats. The game boasts over 20 hours of gameplay with multiple difficulty modes, as well as some secret game modes and a meta-narrative that focuses on friendship and game development, as well as the game being DRM free. So the dev is actually promoting your ability to, maybe make a copy of the game for a friend who maybe can't afford it to share the game. Although obviously you should, if you can afford the game, please, support the dev. Our next game is Amphibarium. This is a game where you are collecting different frogs and trying to collect as many different frogs as you can. It's a game that's supposed to be played in the background, or that you can be played in the background. So something you could do while you were doing work or studying or something like that. You could have your frogs running in the background and hopefully gathering plenty of new and weird frogs. They have different growth levels and stuff. You're making different money and trying to collect your full variety of frogs and filling out your Frogadex or whatever it's probably called. It's probably not called a Frogadex, but you get what I'm saying. Up next, we have Void of Lilly. This is a 1 to 2 hour adventure game where you're trying to find your sister. The game is short, but it has some JRPG elements as well as bullet hell battles. They look like they're inspired by Undertale type combat. So if you're interested in that kind of combat and a short but sweet, free story about finding your sister, this game does look very beautiful. After that, we have Crawling Angels. This is, Crawling Angels is pretty hard to explain. You are solving puzzles by torturing an immortal chicken. You want to solve as many puzzles as you can with this immortal chicken to try to leave the carnival, which, despite being able to leave whenever you want, no one has ever left the carnival. So you want to escape the carnival and torture the immortal chicken and solve as many puzzles as you can. And a game that looks to me inspired by Little Inferno, with that kind of sandbox where you get to play with lots of different toys and find weird ways for them to interact in a very horror-adjacent game from the creator of Brutal Orchestra. After that, we have Scritchy Scratchy. This is an incremental game where you are playing scratch tickets. I love gambling. And I love scratch tickets and gambling and incremental games. And did I mention that I love gambling? This game looks fun. This game looks like it will get me addicted to it. And it is definitely a game that I think you will be seeing me play on the channel soon. I actually have a few of these games on my list to be playing soon, so if you're interested, let me know in the description about any of these games, or in the comments, let me know. But there are quite a few that I actually already am planning to cover. Next up, we have Flourish. This is another incremental game that also seems just as satisfying, where you're growing grass and then cutting it. I don't remember what game it was that I played on the channel recently where I said cutting grass in games is always satisfying, but I stand by that. It's true. And this is an incremental game which is already satisfying about cutting grass, which is additionally satisfying. And it looks, if you can believe it, pretty satisfying. Next up, we have the Portsmoor Abysm. This is a cosmic horror Sokoban game, which I actually have already covered on the channel. I had a great time with this game. I'm not normally a big Sokoban guy, but because I'm too dumb for Sokoban a lot of the time, this game has a lot of interesting optional challenge where each level is, you're basically removing dirt from the level and trying to solve it, where there's like gravity, where if you remove dirt, shit will fall on your head and squish you. But one of the additional extra challenges is trying to remove as much dirt as possible from the level, which would really make the difficulty more difficult. But the initial mission is just get out of the level. And the puzzle to get out of the level, at least from the ones I've played, were a lot easier, although not so easy that they were too easy. Next up, we have Rubato. This is a 2D physics-based collectathon game. I've been playing a lot of collectathons on the channel lately. I love this kind of like game, and Rubato just looks really fun. It kind of has like the look of old school Sonic in some places where you're doing the turn into a ball and roll around, but it's not like a precision platformer. It's mostly like, it's a physics-based collectathon. They're more puzzle platformer than a precision platformer. It seems silly at first, but then looking at the trailer, it's like there's definitely more to this game than just silly little stuff. Last but not least, we have Wiki Kozlovka. This is a detective game where you're exploring like a Wikipedia database. It seems like you'd be interested in this game if you're interested in games like The Root Trees Are Dead, or the Golden Idol series, or even something like Her Story. I'm a big detective games fan, so I'm really interested in getting this one and checking it out. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a really good week for games this week. Plenty of things for all different types of gamers to play. I don't know. I think there's a lot of interesting things going on this week, and I cannot wait to get my hands on them and show you guys all these games. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a wonderful time. As always, eat some trash and do some science for me, and I'll see you tomorrow with another Raccoon Release Radar. I'm going to be posting one tomorrow with games that are coming out next week and kind of get back on schedule. Although, if it turns out that this format is better for you guys, I'll start doing this instead. Just let me know if you prefer to see games that are already out or if you prefer to see games that are coming out. We'll figure it out. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!